Hey y'all, it's your girl, Tiandra Shockley, representing Authentically Free. I'm so excited that you were able to join me for today's spiritual edition of self-care tips for the helper, all right? I can't even talk. Self-care tips for the helper. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 says, "Come to me, all you who are weak and burdened, and I will give you rest," all right? So, sometimes as the helpers, again, be carrying the burdens of the world because giftings are to help those with the gift of mercy, those who have the acts of service, and sometimes we have to rest. So we have to rest, and part of that resting is being still in God, right? And giving Him our burdens, right? There's things that people may experience and go through, and they may try to put it on us, but we have to make sure that we put it back on God and we say, Lord, you have your way in their life. You are in control of their life, Father. I release this to you. God, you're the one that can fix all things, Lord. I'm just here to partner with them, support them, intercede for them, just to help them to get through, all right? And so this means Tiandra gives you permission to take a nap, okay? Take a nap and rest. Not only rest in the natural, but rest in the spiritual, right? Picture yourself being in the arms of the Father, resting. Whether it's Him, whether it's you laying on His chest, whether it's you laying on His lap, whether it's just you being Him giving you a hug. Like, visualize that to make sure that you charge yourself up so you can continuously to be the helper that God has called for you to be within the earth. All right, number 3, this world. Sometimes again as helpers we have to disconnect, right? Not only just turning off our phones, not only just taking a day off just to be in nature or just in a room by ourselves, but we have to make sure that as we disconnect from the world, we actually draw closer to God, all right? And we do this by reading the Word. We do this by meditating on those scriptures. We do this by having a worship session with Him. We do this by praying and staying connected to Him. So it's just so important that as the helpers, so that we can continue to do all the awesome things that God has called for us to do, that we stay charged up by staying connected to Him, right? I love the scripture in John that talks about that without God, we can do nothing, right? That's why it's so important that we have to stay connected to the true vine, and that is in Christ, right? He's the one that fills us up. He's the one that keeps us being able to do the awesome work that He's called for us to do within. So stay connected with other believers. It's important that you stay connected with other believers because there'll be another aspect of you staying charged up. So if you're a leader and you feel like you can't be within your own house without having to pour into other people, and you don't get charged up by that, go to a different church. Go to a different church, right? Go to a conference, go to a retreat, get charged up by other believers from a different church. So that way you don't feel responsible for having to, minister and always be on your post, all right? So until next time, again, it's your girl Tiandra. Please join the Authentically family. We would love to have you. Check out my blog, check out my YouTube page, check out my Facebook page, and book an appointment with me, y'all. I'm ready to coach. I am ready to coach you guys into transformation as you heal, unveil, and evolve. All right, y'all. Till next time. Bye.